Hello guys, I'm back with my new video in this Apache Spark interview question series. In this video, we're gonna discuss which language you should use, Scala versus Python versus Java. Spark supports all the four languages, Scala, Python, Java and R, but because of limited functionality in R, I'm not gonna cover R in this video. So we have three languages left, that is Scala, Python and Java. So let's start our video. So first thing, why not Java? So we'll go with that eliminating method. So we'll start with Java and why not Java? So first point is as Python has PySpark as an interactive shell and Scala has Spark shell as an interactive shell, or there are some other external shells also available like Jupyter Notebook, Zebra Notebook, but Java doesn't have any interactive environment or REPL environment, that is read, evaluate, print loop. So there is no REPL environment available in Java. So if you want to do some analysis over the data, or your use case is like data science project where you need to do a lot of analysis before writing the pipelines or code, so in that case Java would not be helpful because it doesn't have any interactive shell environment. So that is one use case I can think of. Other use cases, that is verbose. So you may already know that Java is a very verbose language, right? So by verbose I mean like Java, let's say in this example we just writing a printing a hello world. So you can see that we are having a lot of code to just print hello world, whereas in Python comparatively I just write three words and it will just do the work. So if you are a new student who is entering into this programming world, so I would suggest you to learn Python or Scala, which is more of all the same thing, or in case of verbose. But Java has a lot of syntax. In Java you need to deal with a lot of syntaxes and lot of classes and all those objects things, so it will be pretty much difficult to learn if you are like new one in this industry. So that is also another reason why I would not suggest Java if you are a new learner in this industry. So other point I can think of is as Python has so many external libraries, NumPy, Pandas and Matplotlib, which will be very much helpful if you're again your use case is data science project where you're dealing with modeling and like scoring and all those things. So Java has no popular libraries, I would say. There are some libraries, but those are not very much popular, or that doesn't have big community like which Python has for these libraries. So that is again another reason I could think of why not to use of Java. So these are the points where I would not suggest to use Java, but to use some other language like maybe Scala or Python. But there are some use case, or there is one use case I can think of in which you can use Java, that is like if you have a MapReduce job. So if you know, like MapReduce jobs are all written in Java only, and you want it to convert from MapReduce to PySpark because of the like in-memory computation speed of PySpark Spark, right? So you want to convert MapReduce job to Spark. So then maybe you can think of Java developers, so they can easily understand the MapReduce code and they can write them into Spark. Or maybe if you have a team who is like quite proficient in Java, because they have a background in Java, because they're working on this language, traditional language, it's a long time, right? And there's reskilling in big data technology, so it will be easy for them to adapt that language because they already know that. So if your team has that skill, I would suggest then maybe you can think of going to Java. So that is the one use case where I can think you can go for Java. So these are the points for Java. Let's go to that other two languages, that is Scala and Python. So these are the differences I tried to point it down. So as you know, Scala is a statically typed language, whereas Python is a dynamically typed. So what does it mean? Statically typed means like if all the data type checks and constraint type checks, right, it happened while compilation only, but in Python it happened at the runtime or at the interpretation time. So it will save a lot of time at interpretation in case of Scala, because all those checks happen at compilation only. So that makes Scala even faster, because all those checks happen at compilation, but in Python all those checks happen at the runtime only. So that is one, I would say, advantage in Scala. But because of this thing, because there is no compilation tool available, there is no need of compilation in Python, right, due to its dynamically typed nature. So debugging is easier in Python, because if you find a bug, so there you just go to the code and change it and run it again. But in Scala you need to change the code and maybe create a jar with some tool, maybe SVT tool, and then run it. So debugging becomes a little bit time taking process in case of Scala. So that's, I would say, one point for Python in this scenario. But Scala, because Scala is faster in most of the scenarios you may have heard or like read it over the internet. uh, One reason is like Spark is written in Scala, and it is like more compatible with Scala, and even more most of the features which comes in the new Spark versions, it comes either in both the languages, Scala and Python, or sometimes it comes in Scala first and then maybe go to other languages. So that is one benefit in Scala. And like you must have seen, like there are most of the scenarios, let's say UDFs. So UDFs performs quite better in Scala because of its you can say serialization and deserialization procedure. But in Python, although in recent version they have introduced vectorization UDF in, I guess, in Spark 2.4, so which improves the performance of UDF, but still it is comparatively slower. So I'll go into the more details in the stats things, on which case it performs better, so in the incoming videos. But you can see over the internet, like it is in some of the scenarios Scala works, or especially in case of UDFs, it works 10 times faster than Python. So that is again one other difference. Other difference I can think of, it's not even not a difference, but just a comparison. Like there are three abstraction: RDD, data frame, and data sets in Scala. But in Python we have RDD and data frames only, no data sets. So data sets, it's just a kind of a better kind of encoding algorithm they have used in Scala, so that is missing in Python. So apart from that, Python has better external libraries, which I already discussed. They have better external libraries which can be helpful for data science use cases, where you want to plot something, visualize something, maybe something, calculate, use mathematical function, right, for ML, machine learning, and all those scenarios. There Python can be more helpful because of its extensive library support for libraries available over the community, right, where Scala lacks a little. So these are the differences I can think of in the difference between Scala and Python. So yeah, so these are the differences I can think of. So if I have to conclude which language you should use, I think if you have a better understanding of Java, or your thing, or your team has a proficient in Java, or maybe they have a from Java background, so then maybe you can think of going with Java. Or if you are converting a MapReduce code into a Spark code, right, then maybe you can think of going with Java. Otherwise you should ignore Java. And apart from that, if you are working in a data science project where you have to deal with a lot of visualization, machine learning, or maybe deep learning, all these things are your use cases, you're creating some models, maybe some scoring models, predictive models, then maybe you can think of going with Python, because if it's so many libraries are available in Python with great support over the community, great community support, right. But apart from that, if you want to explore kind of full power of Spark, I would say, and you are creating a complex pipelines where you want the optimization, best speed, like your job should run with like optimum speed, and you're just creating a complex logics, then I can say that you should go for with Scala. So it will give you the proper utilization of the tool. So yeah, so these are my thoughts Like if you have any other thought, please give it on comment. I would love to read and explore those topics. And plus, if you want me to create a video on some topic, specific topic, please write a comment below. I'll for sure go with that. Thank you guys. See you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.